All right, friends, the first major event has come to Sword of Convallaria. It launched all of 24 minutes ago, and I jumped in just far enough to get into things like the shop and whatnot. So let me switch over to the actual game here. I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to give you just my early assessment and things you want to pay attention to as you jump into this event to kind of maximize your time and your spending, if you will. So obviously, once you log in, you should have it in your event little icon. And we can go right into it. You've got 25 days if you're watching this on day one. If you're coming later, these tips will still apply to you. And what is it? It's really a kind of cute little storyline. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I want you to enjoy this for yourself. But I would recommend that you do go through and you go into, the different story and things. And again, I'm not going to tell you what the story beats are, but enjoy it. It's a game. Have some fun with it, right? So I've gone through up into Act 4 because Act 4, after you complete it, will allow you to do Elysium training. Why is this important? Why do I care about training? Well, training is where you get cake. Who doesn't love cake? Okay? And like any stage, these things cost you stamina. And so if you have stamina pots laying around that you need to burn, maybe, for example, I'll show you mine. I've got some that are going to expire in 2 days. Guess where I'm going to burn those today. You can use those here, and as you complete these different missions, you're going to get cake, and you'll see, you get some first-time rewards and things like that. What is the cake used for, you might ask? Briefly, I'll show you the exchange here. It's going to be for rewards, which I will come back to in a minute. We're going to talk about the shop and what I think is good, what I think is kind of, whatever. But let's go back, and I want to show you something important here. You saw the thumbnail. You want to maximize your cake. Who doesn't want to maximize their cake, right? And so if you look on the left side here, you've got this recommended icon. And what this does is it shows you a handful of characters, many of which you probably have already, that give you added drops. And so, for example, if you happen to have pulled Gloria or Ida, they give you the most. Now, obviously, those were things you can get from banners. You may or may not have them, but if you do, you get the biggest bonus for having them. There's also some other characters that give a bit of a lesser bonus, but a bonus nonetheless. So for example, we've got Maitha, we've got Rawia, who are both characters that if you're going through the story, you're going through Voyage Memento, you're going to have these in your roster. So if nothing else, you're pretty much guaranteed to have 2 of these people. And then as far as the elites go, you'll have Crimson Falcon. The other 3, I don't remember if you get them automatically or not. So if you have them, awesome. If you don't, use however many you can, because that's going to increase the amount of cake drop that you get, which ultimately is going to shorten how many runs you need to do in the various stages to get the amount of cake you need for the prizes that you want to have. And I'll show you just really quickly here too. If you don't memorize that list, it's not a big deal. I actually forgot it instantly when I went to that first battle. And so if I come in here, you see I haven't even cleared this out yet. Once you are in the battle itself, on the characters, on the bottom will be the stars. So you'll see Gloria has this more fancy kind of purplish one, and my other characters here have this gold. And if I scroll down, I might see someone else that has a gold one. Maybe not. I don't know if I have all the units. Yeah, so you'll see the Enforcer and Night Raven here. So if I didn't have the characters I've already selected, I could use one of these ones. I'm actually going to back out. I want to do the mission just right this second. So you go through, you do your various, battles, you get cake, and then you're going to be completing quests. And so already, all I've done is gotten to that chapter 4, which doesn't take long, and I did do all the dialogue. I didn't skip through it. And then I did that first battle, and I've already got these 2 completed for another 1,600 cake. So right off the bat, I've got, 1,900 cake. And if I go back there, you'll see there's also, various achievements and things that will give you more. And so, in Act 3, sorry, you probably see the whole thing here, I got some things wrong, so I'll need to go back and get it right so I can get my bonuses there. Apparently, I'm not up to date on my quiz history. So let's jump into the exchange. This is what you probably are going to care about the most, is what rewards am I getting? What should I focus on? And there's a lot of good stuff in here, frankly. And also some kind of, whatevers. And so for me personally, and some of this might depend on your account progression and such, but for me personally, what stands out the most is honestly the legendary weapons. In my account right now, I'm 41, I think, and weapons are the hardest thing for me to find, and I keep having the same luck of getting some of the, I guess, less desirable weapons more frequently. So great for duplicates, unfortunately not the duplicates I want. So I would probably prioritize weapons as well as the trinkets. And considering I've played this mode all of 20 minutes and have 1900, I'm already able to get either the trinket or the weapon. After that, or maybe not after, it just depends on what you need for your account, but something else of high importance here is going to be the Castalia. That's a more rare resource, and so I would say to get into that. As well as Secret Fates, we all like good pulls, and it's only 4. I don't know if this shop would refresh at all. It doesn't seem like it. Nothing is indicating it to me, but at least it's 4. It's better than nothing. Plus, keep in mind you get the Hope Luck site too throughout the different stages. The random legendary Tarot Whispers can be good. I will probably save that for later. It's not my top priority. Tarots are kind of hit or miss. They're almost like a little lottery system. You've probably come across them already. And it really depends on what sort of tarot you pull, as well as what traits come on it, what attributes. And so as much as I want these, it's not like the number one thing because there's a bit of randomness to it. I will say skip the epic ones. If you haven't gotten past the point of epics, you will soon. It didn't take long to start getting legendary tarots, and honestly, I feel like it's almost like a trap. Unless you've cleared the rest of the shop and you're just a completionist and you really, really, really want these, I'm honestly I'm not going to pick them up at all. Other than that, I think I'm probably struggling the most with Radiant Powder. I don't know why they made this so scarce, but as you go up in the levels and you start trying to get your weapons and your gear to 40 and then 50, and I'm assuming later on 60, it just takes so much powder that you start getting really limited. So I'm going to get that really early. I actually may do my weapons, my trinket, get the powder, and then come back up here for these things, because I am going to do the event enough that I'll get all of it. Not every single item, but all the stuff I really want. I also like picking up the ores. I've got to assume if the powder is limited, I'm going to probably eventually hit some bottlenecks on the ores. So I would tell you that might be a good place to invest some of your cake. And then after that, I really think it just depends on what you need for the account. The coins, I'm going to probably skip unless I just have a surplus of cake and I don't want to spend my stamina elsewhere. The common XP, I will probably pick that up. I am starting to have an issue with gold ranked medals, so I may pick some of this up as well. It just depends on where my character's at progression wise and how much cake I'm getting. But if you look at this, like 50 cake, you can do 100 of these. That's not that bad considering I'm already at 1900 for, like I said, 20 minutes of work. So, to kind of sum up this a bit, legendary weapon, legendary trinket, Secret Fates, and Castalia, these are on your must list. Tarots, like I said, I probably am going to come back and get these. It's not a terrible amount to get through all of those. So this whole top row, legendary stuff, I mean, you kind of focus on legendary stuff in these games, right? Then I would recommend really focusing on stuff that upgrades your items. Powders, ores, the tarot essence I'll probably pick up eventually. And then from there, yeah, I would probably go EXP, and then I would look at the rest of these if you have time. I'll actually have another video coming out, the next day or so that talks a little bit about juggling time and where to spend your stamina with all the different things going on. And so really kind of balance these rewards against rewards in other modes or things you haven't completed. But considering we have 32 days as of this recording, which is right after the event goes live, 25 days, I believe, to actually do the event itself, I think you should be fine. I think you'll be able to get in here, get the major things you want. And again, if you're skipping things that are unnecessary, like these epic tarot whispers, it's going to save you, a few of the cake. I love that it's cake, that you can use on other things. So that's my thought on the shop. Lots of good stuff in here. I really love that this event has come along. Like I said, I've done the first, couple story missions and a battle, and I'm already liking it. I'm already enjoying it. It's a cute little story, so I'll, definitely jump in there and have some fun. And on your way out, if you wouldn't mind tossing me a like and a subscribe, it would help the channel grow and help this message get out to more people. I'll see you in the next video.